Welcome to the Morning Toast. I'm Kirk
Stumbled into it
Hawkins.
just a little bit.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Yeah. And whenever you're ready.
Acts like you've been on TV before. Good morning!
Welcome to the Morning Toast. I'm Kirk Hawkins.
I'm Jessie Day.
And we're glad to be back with you again.
Yeah, good morning.
We're doing something today that I knew nothing about maybe a week ago, and Jessie is becoming increasingly passionate about.
We are talking about one of my favorite subjects, Kirk.
Yes.
And it's not cheese. We are talking about diamonds.
Which is so surprising that it's not
Right?
cheese.
Diamonds
It
and
would take a
cheese.
lot to, break through the cheese, so I'm glad that we're here. And it's very exciting that we have a guest that's going to be joining us, a diamond expert.
Yes, so he has been a jeweler since 1974. And he is here to discuss the hot topic of lab diamonds versus natural diamonds. And I know I gave you like a brief explanation of what it is before we did this segment.
Yeah.
But it's really popular right now because there is an increase in lab diamonds out there. And some people are afraid to buy lab diamonds or they think they're fake diamonds. And so he's here to explain all of the diamonds. I think there's a lot that people don't know.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting today.
Well, and even just
discuss.
a quick note that Pandora, the mass market jeweler, said in 2022 they're moving away from mined diamonds altogether.
I heard that. That seems crazy.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We are now joined by Altaf Amlani. Hi.
Hi.
Meet
Good
Kirk.
morning.
Good morning.
We already know each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great to have you.
So Altaf
Thank you.
owns Blue Diamond Jewelers. And your father started the business 50 years ago,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And you now have 3 locations opening up your 4th location.
Correct.
So he's in El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, Long Beach, and Napa.
Yes.
Which is kind of a fun location. I love
Yes.
Napa.
They're all really good locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that what would be appropriate there is wine, dine, and now shine.
So wait, how did you get into the jewelry industry initially?
Right. So my dad would come from work, and while my mom is preparing dinner, my dad would say, "Okay, before dinner, we need to sort these diamonds." So he was a wholesaler and made jewelry to serve other stores, almost 30 different stores. So sometimes we'd have to make, 10 tennis bracelets. So each stone had to be picked, and it had to match in color and clarity and millimeter. So it required some eye power, and so he would delegate that to us, because I think as he was getting older, his eyes were not as good as when he was younger. And so we would be sitting all around the dinner table. Everybody gets employed, and
Imagine sorting diamonds as a
I
child.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
You certainly had the eye power to go for it.
Yes, yes.
That's incredible. How is lab versus natural changing the nature of your business?
Yeah, because you introduced me to lab a year ago, I want to
Yes.
say. I personally don't own any lab diamonds, but I remember you showing me some, and at first I was like horrified. I'm like, I don't want this.
Yes.
And then I know it's a fake diamond. You're like, no, it's not fake because they create it in a lab. And so why don't you explain the process first? Because I don't think
Yeah.
people understand what it is. They're thinking it's plastic.
Right. So it's, by analogy, sometimes it's easier to grasp a concept. So if you think of a plant maybe in a greenhouse as opposed to outside. So outside it's natural light, water, all of those conditions. And in a greenhouse it's a little bit more controlled. So it still starts out in a laboratory with a little tiny diamond, and then with the right pressure, the right temperature, and all the right conditions, the right gases around there, very much like what would happen in nature, except it's a little more controlled, and all of those features of pressure and heat are amplified so that you can compress the time frame, because a billion years waiting time might be a long time to recoup an investment.
So it's a real diamond,
Yes.
a tiny diamond
Yes.
that they put in there, and it's
Yes.
basically pressurized and intensified, and the process is sped up, and it grows into a larger diamond
Absolutely.
quickly rather than in a billion years.
Exactly. And then it's rough, and then it still has to be cut and polished just like a regular diamond. It has inclusions, it has color differences, and it's graded by the Gemological Institute of America and European Gem Labs. Those are sort of the two main bodies that kind of authenticate those stones. So the fact that those companies have finally decided to embrace them and say, gosh, we have no choice, this is real. It tests real, it has the same hardness. In terms of your earlier question of how do you tell the difference, it's actually very challenging to tell the difference. We have to be careful in our shop to make sure that we keep them separate. And now there's a requirement that on the girdle of the stone, which is the sort of the separation between the top of the stone and the bottom of the stone, there's a little section where now it has to be laser inscribed to say LG, which is lab grown, and a number.
Interesting. Yeah, because they're so hard to tell that people were selling labs as natural. And obviously naturals are more rare because they take 1 billion years to form.
Yes.
So these are much less, they're cheaper essentially
Yes.
because
Yes.
you can create so many in a lab.
To really bring it into focus in terms of the difference, we're looking at maybe 1/3 of the price. So a diamond that might be $60,000 in ground mined or natural would be 20. But some people might say, well, isn't it a better investment if you buy something from the ground and it's rare and eventually, the price will go up? But I had a guy that was wealth management at a big firm, and he says, I'm going to buy a lab-grown diamond because it's a better investment. And I thought, gosh, he's a wealth management guy.
Oh, you told me this. I listened to this because I was like, oh, good point.
Right. So he says to me, the diamond that my wife wants is going to cost me around $50,000 if ground mined. And if I got a lab one and I showed him both, he says, I can't tell the difference. I don't think she can. Of course, I'll tell her. Not a good way to start a marriage, right? If you don't tell her. Because she'll come to a jeweler like me and say, is this?
Lab or natural?
Exactly. So he says, I can spend $15,000 and get something that's almost identical and make her happy. I can take the balance and I can put it in a legitimate investment, and I'm a wealth management guy. I know how to invest my money, and in 5 to 6 years I can probably double it.
Yeah.
And it's a real investment because I can't, if things are tough, I can go and withdraw from that account. I can't tell my wife, hey honey, things are a little tough. Can I take a little piece of it?
The diamond on?
Yeah. So he says that's why I think it's a better investment.
He's a man after my own heart. I like that. I love that story, and that's exactly what I was kind of thinking too.
Yeah.
Of course you were.
Potential.
Of course you were.
Wait, and so now you have some examples that you can show us.
I do. So, for example, I have 3 stones here, and of course I can't tell you which one is which.
Okay,
That's your
so-
job, right? So this is a 6-carat radiant cut. This is a round diamond, around 3 carats, and this one is around 4 carats. All of them are diamonds, but among them there is one that is ground mined.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't take this test because one of the diamonds I'm familiar with and I've seen. So I know which one is a natural diamond.
So you have to exclude yourself.
Yeah,
from
so I'm
that.
gonna have to.
Recuse yourself
Right.
from this.
Yes, exactly. I think the one in the middle is the natural one.
And no giving clues. This has to be a real test.
Yes.
Well, I love to say this. You're wrong.
Yes.
She does.
But good try.
Okay.
But that's the point.
Oh, yes, I should have put that in. Excellent try.
So yeah, basically you can't tell the difference. Under great magnification, I'm talking like 60 power, right? So it's like blowing it up to this big. Then there's subtle differences, but only a trained eye would be able to tell that difference. So I would say for the most part, they're identical. So this is the one that is ground mined and natural.
The Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy.
And how many carats is that again?
That's 6. It's a little over 6.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do you want it?
It looks very good
It looks-
there,
it
by the
looks
way,
much better
Jesse.
on you.
Yes.
Is one of these lab and then one of these is natural?
Yes. You want to take a second shot?
I'm probably gonna fail again. Well, I mean, it would only be if I guessed if I saw the price tag. So I'd say this is the real, and then this is the lab.
You are right this
Oh,
time.
wow, okay.
Wow.
Well done.
So this is the
It
real
was just a
one?
guess, by the way.
Yeah, based on nothing. But that's what's so amazing is no matter what you see up, from our eye, you have no idea, really,
Right.
unless you have a microscope.
Yes, exactly. And so, jewelry is to uplift you, to feel good, to celebrate an event, and adornment, right? And so, if you can, wear a necklace like this and enjoy it, why not?
For today's special edition of What's Your Jam, maybe we call it What's Your Gem? In honor of you today.
I like that. So I could have gems on my toast instead of jam?
Yes.
As long as you don't have to go to the dentist after.
I know,
we're good to go. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so keeping it simple, coffee or tea?
Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon.
Nice, nice.
So both.
Yes.
I'm a tea person. Jesse, I think, is a coffee person.
Coffee all the way, yeah.
Okay, 10 count round brilliant.
Carat.
Or carat, thank you. I don't know why I said
Kirk
count.
has not bought any diamonds.
I'm thinking of like bakery goods. I went off on a tangent. 10 carat round brilliant or 10 carat cushion cut.
No question, cushion.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like as a jeweler, they're always like, round brilliant. It's
It's a cushion for the pushin'.
Yeah, exactly. And with all the craziness in the world, we need a little cushion in our life,
Yeah.
right? Why not have it on our finger?
Yes.
I love a 10 karat cushion, as you know.
And
I'm here to
Jesse,
help.
Jesse came up with this next question. What's more important?
Oh, yes. What were we saying?
Quality or
No,
contrast?
not quality. We changed it to
Or contrast or color?
no.
Clarity.
Clarity or color.
yes.
Okay.
I would say color, because color is available just with the naked eye.
Right.
Clarity, as long as it's sort of, I would say we call it eye clean, meaning that there's no large inclusion that sort of jumps out at you with the naked eye, then color is probably the most important because you can see it right away. Especially women, they seem to be better
Yeah,
at color.
you can tell. You're like, oh, her diamond's looking a
They're a
little,
little-
yellow.
Exactly.
You know?
Too good.
They're a little snarky over there.
I know.
So, yeah, I say color too.
And-
Lastly,
you want to go with our final question?
What is your advice, quickly, for a couple who wants to get engaged and is looking for the perfect ring? Like just your...
There's the 4 C's, right, of color, clarity, all of that. But there's another C that, or a couple of C's that I think are important, and that's the character of who you're buying it from. You know them, get to know them. You
Right.
don't know behind a screen who's selling and what they're saying. So get to know a local jeweler.
So another C's, don't get conned into buying something quickly. Just
Exactly.
take your time.
That's a C to avoid, getting conned.
Okay, great.
Yes,
So
and
we'll-
take your time and let it be very organic.
So,
Yeah.
Altef Amlani, thank you so much for
coming
us.
over.
Thank you guys, this was really fun.
Yeah.
And until next time, we will see you guys later. Check us out on themorningtoast.tv and then on Instagram at themorningtoast. And I'm Jessie Jane Day.
And I'm Kirk Hawkins. Have a great day.
See you guys later.